Hey.
Alright, so one of the more exciting games from day one of the full slate of the NBA being back was the Charlotte Hornets versus the Indiana Pacers. And if you followed me at all last year, then you'll know that I was irrationally high and sort of in love with the Indiana Pacers, even though they weren't that good. And obviously with the Hornets, they became, an NBA fans' darling team. So for me, it was just a matchup between two teams that I find very enjoyable, and it was a great game, and I was excited to watch it again this morning. And let's talk about it. So obviously the big storyline in this game is that the Pacers were in control and had a huge lead, and then in the third quarter, Charlotte went on a 24-0 run and then would eventually go on to maintain momentum and win the game in the end. Definitely not how you want to start your tenure as the Indiana head coach if you're Rick Carlisle. And if you're the Hornets, this is a huge first win, building off of a great previous season that you had, made it to the play-in game. And you're just continuing to show that you do belong in this East, even if a lot of the Eastern Conference teams got better in the offseason. And I guess we'll start with Lamella Beau, who in this game scored 31 points, had 7 assists, 9 rebounds, shot 7 of 9 from 3, which, obviously he's not going to be doing that every single night. But to see that he is coming out of the gates this season looking to fire away. I know Pacers went under ball screens on him a few times, and he did not shy away from shooting it at all. And I think it's safe to say that when Lamella Beau has the jumper going, even though he's only in year 2, he's already looking like he could be one of the most entertaining players in the league, because if teams start having to respect his jump shot on pick and rolls, that's just going to open up so many more avenues for him to just destroy NBA defenses. From there, I really liked what I saw from Miles Bridges. I know a lot of people are expecting a sort of continuation of a breakout year from what we saw last year. Obviously, he's never going to be an all-star level player, but he's just able to do so many integral things on the basketball court. He's now able to handle the ball. He's able to play make. He plays great defense. On top of all that, he's just a strong, sturdy body that you can play at almost any position on the floor, and he's just going to be such a valuable piece for this team moving forward. As for the other Charlotte wings, Gordon Hayward was doing Gordon Hayward things, nothing out of the ordinary there. And then moving on to Kelly Oubre, one of the new additions for this Charlotte team. He's lucky he looks good in the Charlotte uni. I mean, it's just a great combination there, but at the same time, he's also lucky that he's good at defense, because his offense is still just nowhere to be found ever since he went to Golden State last season. And yeah. Ish Smith was another addition for this Hornets team this offseason that just continues to amaze me. From the broadcast, I think they said it's like his 12th year now, and he just continues to get buckets, even though he has no three-point shot. He's not a great defender at all. He's the only real negative defender, at least that played in this game for the Charlotte Hornets, and he continues to serve buckets, and it's all love for Ish Smith over here. But outside of all of that, I think the big thing for the Hornets, at least to me, was it was surprising to see them be able to have that bursty of an offense without Terry Rozier active for this game. At the end of the day, this Hornets team, they're still going to be really fun to watch. They have a ton of young players who want to get out and run. And Borrego, head coach, has done a great job at helping this team play to their strengths and get in the fast break and just play freely. And the only real glaring issue that continues to be an issue is that they clearly do not have any centers on this roster. A big reason why these Pacers were able to get out to such an early lead was because Domantas Sabonis and the guards were able to just attack the paint at will. They're getting to the paint with ease. They're then kicking out for open threes. And Mason Plumlee just is not it. He's a slight downgrade from Cody Zeller from last season. So the center position will continue to be a big topic for the Charlotte Hornets team. I know, just an idea, but there is someone in Phoenix who seems to be having some contract issues. I think it's worth a look. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand how you could watch these Charlotte Hornets play basketball and just not be entertained. Now, moving on to the Pacers side of things, like I just mentioned, Domantas Sabonis had himself an absolute game, ended with 33 points and 15 rebounds. And like I said earlier, he was just absolutely dominating the paint, getting whatever he wanted to on Mason Plumlee and whoever else they threw on him. And the game really did change around that 24-0 run where the Hornets finally, put their feet in the ground. I think it was mostly just the wings and guards of the Hornets did a much better job of defending the perimeter and not letting anyone get into the paint. They did a great job of collapsing on Sabonis and not giving him the free room to just do whatever he wanted in the paint. Plus, it definitely helped that the Pacers, they started off red hot shooting from outside. Like I said, got to the paint, were able to kick out. But during that 24-0 run, they simply just were not hitting those shots anymore. So all of that combined brought the Hornets back into the game. And again, a very tough loss for the Pacers. But, it's a long season. There are still plenty of positives that Pacers fans can take from this game. Obviously, we already talked about Sabonis. Brogdon had himself another great game as he adds on to his, almost all-star worthy season that he had last year. And to be honest, the really, really big thing that I think everyone's going to be talking about in Indiana for until their next game is that Chris Duarte had an absolute debut. With the season just starting, a lot of the draft guys that I follow on Twitter were talking about, their predictions for all rookie teams and stuff like that. And a bunch of them had Chris Duarte on their teams. And I was a little shocked to see that because a lot of people did not like the Duarte pick at the time. But through Summer League and the preseason and now his debut, I think a lot of people are doing a complete 180 on their Duarte takes. At the end of the day, he finished with 27 points on 83% true shooting percentage, which is just absolutely absurd. But even looking beyond the numbers, Duarte just simply looked like he was a 5-year veteran out there on the court. Obviously Pacers were missing Karis LeVert and TJ Warren as they're still rehabbing from some injuries in the offseason. And Duarte just fit right into the starting lineup like he was just a regular on the team. And honestly, I'm going to be a little sad once LeVert and Warren come back and are healthy. Obviously not because they're healthy, that's a great thing for the Pacers. But it's probably going to mean that Duarte is going to have to move to the bench. And that's just going to be a sad day because Duarte has been really, really fun to watch. Because, not to keep on hyping up Duarte because it is only one game, I don't want to overreact too much. But he wasn't just making easy shots. He was putting the ball on the floor, he was hitting step backs, he was hitting spin jumpers, he was hitting contested threes, open threes, he was driving to the rim, floater. He literally did a little bit of everything. And to see all of these flashes in one game is just crazy to see. And he definitely has big things coming. Even if he is an older rookie, I think he fits right in with this Pacers team and is going to help them win now, which is what the Pacers should be looking for. And then one final note that I'm going to end on for this video and for the Pacers is, it's a minor thing, but Carlisle did play them pretty heavily. He only went with an 8-man rotation for this opening game, and Sabonis played 39 minutes, Brogdon hit the 40-minute mark. And obviously that's not going to be sustainable. I wish I had been able to see some more guys off the bench, just because I'm an NBA nerd. I like that kind of stuff. But that will definitely be something to monitor as the season goes on, because obviously the Pacers have had quite a lot of injury issues in recent history, and we're going to keep our eye on that. But overall, really, really fun game to kick off the season. Two fun teams that should be able to make some noise this year. I think a lot of people forget that the Hornets were pretty high in the Eastern Conference standings until both Lamella and Gordon Hayward, probably their two best players, went out with long-term injuries. So hopefully they can also stay healthy and they can produce some wins, because the Hornets could easily be a very, very good surprise team, much like we saw the Knicks be last year, and I'm rooting for them. And if you've made it to this point in the video, then congratulations, you're a real one. Now, if you enjoyed this video, maybe think about hitting the subscribe button. Should be somewhere in this general direction. Or if you're not sure yet, maybe check out another video which should be in this general direction. Either way, thank you for watching.